Coronation Street actor James Cartwright has opened up about his character Theo Silverton's newest plan to keep Todd Grimshaw under his influence by catching him off guard with an unexpected wedding proposal. Exploring Theo's distorted thinking, Cartwright explained that the character is acting in a way that leaves Todd feeling he has no option but to go along with it. He compared Theo's behavior to something deceptive, where it appears romantic on the surface, but is actually manipulative underneath. By presenting the situation as a heartfelt gesture, Theo is really cornering Todd and removing his ability to refuse. Another motive behind the sudden move is to prevent others from interfering or convincing Todd otherwise. From Theo's perspective, acting quickly reduces the chances of anyone stepping in, making it harder to stop once things are already in motion. Theo is also aware that several people around him are becoming suspicious and do not trust his intentions. Because of this, he wants to move ahead before anyone has the chance to intervene or reveal the truth. The faster everything happens, the less opportunity there is for doubt or resistance. Cartwright added that while Theo recognizes there is a risk his plan could fail, he remains largely confident it will succeed. The actor went on to say that Theo understands the situation is unusual, but believes that pressure and his intense declarations of love will be enough to convince Todd. In his mind, he is not doing anything wrong. Instead, he sees his actions as justified and believes others simply fail to understand. Theo convinces himself that getting married will prove their relationship is real and that once it happens, everyone will eventually accept it and calm down. However, from an outside perspective, his actions come across as entirely self-centered and driven by his own needs. Despite his confidence, Theo's sense of control does not last long. George soon uncovers his true nature when Theo launches into an angry outburst from behind a closed door, mistakenly thinking he is speaking to Todd. Coronation Street releases a new spoiler clip showing Maggie Driscoll fiercely confronting Megan Walsh, leaving Will Driscoll deeply shaken. Megan's actions have now been revealed after Sam Blakeman courageously tells his stepmother, Leanne Battersby, that Megan has been manipulating and abusing Will. Even though Sam was worried about speaking out, Will's entire family quickly accepted his account, with both families uniting in their determination to seek justice. Megan had been targeting Will even before his family settled in Weatherfield and took charge of the famous pub. Will had initially stayed behind in Hull, wanting to continue his connection with her. Megan later arranged to move to the street herself so she could carry on the relationship, while also using Daniel Osborne as a distraction and silencing a previous victim who came looking for her. When Sam uncovered what was happening, Megan responded with shocking cruelty, turning her attention toward him and making his life difficult. She manipulated his focus on school by interfering with his studies and even threatened to falsely accuse him after discovering he had placed a camera in her flat to gather evidence. After struggling and collapsing due to medication misuse, Sam confided in Leanne, who quickly shared the truth with the rest of the family. Although Megan tried to deny everything convincingly, key family members refused to believe her innocence. However, two major issues remain. There is no solid evidence against Megan, and Will refuses to speak out against her, leaving his family unsure how to move forward despite their anger. When they realized that the girl Will spent his birthday with at a hotel was actually Megan, Will's father tried to obtain security footage only to discover it had already been erased. During a tense family discussion, Will continues to defend Megan, even as his relatives point out that her refusal to take a DNA test raises serious doubts. When Maggie angrily condemns Megan and urges Will to tell the truth, he reacts by walking out. As another family member suggests professional help for Will, it becomes clear that their actions may unintentionally be pushing him closer to Megan instead. The question remains whether anyone can make him understand the reality of the situation. Coronation Street's Carla Connor is set to face a difficult and potentially risky choice next week as Jodie Ramsey makes a calculated move. Carla may end up making a serious error when Jody offers to look after baby Connie. The question is whether Carla will be persuaded to rely on her unpredictable neighbor for babysitting. Out in the garden at number 6, Carla and Lisa Swain share a warm moment as they dote on the little one now in their care. However, the peaceful scene is disrupted when Jody notices them over the fence and quickly offers her help, saying she would gladly babysit if needed. There are growing concerns about Jody's behavior as she continues to act in increasingly unsettling ways. One particularly alarming moment involved her pretending to be baby Harper Platt's mother while speaking to another parent at the hospital. This strange incident raises questions about her true motives, especially now that she is offering to look after Connie. It suggests there may be a deeper and more troubling reason behind her actions. Jody confidently reassures Carla that she is fully capable of caring for the baby, attempting to gain her trust. But whether her claims are enough to convince Carla remains uncertain. Earlier, Betsy Swain and Dylan Wilson also volunteered to help, offering to babysit while Carla and Lisa are occupied. After being given the responsibility, the two teenagers settle in as Connie sleeps peacefully. Still, there are doubts about whether everything will go smoothly during their time in charge. Although they are technically old enough to handle the task, any small mistake could quickly cause problems if they are not careful. On top of that, Carla and Lisa are not the easiest to satisfy, meaning even minor issues could lead to serious consequences for them. As Jody makes her move, Carla must decide whether to trust her with such an important responsibility. Given Jody's increasingly odd behavior, there is a strong possibility that she may have hidden intentions behind her offer. Coronation Street sees a shocking twist as Mal falsely accuses a well-known resident of attacking him. Life in Weatherfield is becoming increasingly chaotic, with a growing number of dangerous and untrustworthy individuals causing trouble on the street. Among them are Megan Walsh, Theo Silverton, Maggie Driscoll, Jody Ramsey, and Carl Webster, making it harder than ever for anyone else to stand out. Even among such a troublesome group, Mal manages to draw attention with his disturbing fixation on Bernie Winter. He first crossed paths with Bernie during a heavy night of drinking when she was trying to cope with the loss of her close friend Billy Mayhew. Although Mal showed interest in taking things further, Bernie remained loyal to her husband Dev Allahan and refused his advances. Still, she made the mistake of partying with him, which she soon regretted the next day. Unfortunately, Mal did not disappear from her life. He later turned up in Weatherfield, initially confronting Roy Cropper with strange accusations, before offering his help as an electrician, an excuse that allowed him to stay nearby and keep watching Bernie. His behavior quickly escalated into stalking as he persistently followed and harassed her in an attempt to force a relationship. When Bernie rejected him again, his obsession intensified. Eventually, she warned him to stay away, but he dismissed her threat and refused to back down. Soon after, Mal was violently attacked by an unknown person and left seriously injured. Suspicion initially fell on Bernie, but the truth revealed that her son, Kit Green, was responsible. After learning about the extent of Mal's harassment, Kit lost control and assaulted him, which resulted in Mal suffering a heart attack. When Mal regained consciousness, he clearly remembered who attacked him. However, instead of telling the truth, he chose to manipulate the situation for his own benefit. He later went to the police and spoke to Lisa Swain, claiming he could now identify his attacker. This left Kit and Bernie terrified, fearing the consequences if he exposed the truth. But Mal had a different plan. Rather than accusing Kit, he decided to frame Dev instead. Using this false accusation, Mal attempts to blackmail Bernie, threatening to send her husband to prison unless she agrees to spend time with him. Now Bernie faces a heartbreaking dilemma, whether to give in to his demands to protect her husband or risk everything by refusing. Coronation Street is broadcast on weekday evenings at 8:30 p.m. on ITV1 and is also available for streaming on ITVX.